I ended up staying in detox for like 8 days because they wanted me to be nutritionally sound and, you know, all this stuff. And I got to a treatment center that was a very harsh place at the time. They don't like hug you to health. It's very much confrontational therapy and kind of like, let's look at the behaviors. What got you here? You know, you're no angel. And I kept fighting them and fighting them. I just had no self-awareness. I knew that I had a problem, and I knew that I wanted to stop, and I knew that I didn't want to drink anymore. I didn't want to do drugs anymore. I just didn't understand that I actually had to like change or do work. They kept saying, and you got to do the work. And I was like, what are they talking about? What is this work? And they were asking me about feelings. I was like, feeling? I'm like, I feel fine. I didn't understand really what feelings were. Meanwhile, inside of me, there was just so much anger, so much, I think, frustration at what I had become, you know, because I was a really vibrant person in my early 20s, you know. I was like part of charities and I did fundraising and I had so many friends. I sent Christmas cards and thank you cards to people and did all that stuff. And I don't know, what I became was not that person, you know. I had to really stop and listen. They put me in the center of 2 groups at the treatment center and everyone went around and said how they experienced me. And it wasn't really nice. It was like, you're aggressive, you interrupt, you don't listen, you don't take any feedback. I mean, all these things. And I was like, but that's not me. Like, no self-awareness. Anyway, I was a blubbering mess by the end of that night, but that was the night that it clicked for me that I needed to change. And you start to look at all the behaviors in your life, right? Because in the end of the day, when you strip out all of the alcohol or drugs it's about the behaviors. Like, why am I drinking? Why am I doing this? For a lot of people, there could be something that in their childhood triggered them, traumas, different things, but it's your current behavior that's doing it, right? So it's really addressing the trauma, yes, addressing any of that you need to address, but it's also looking at, how am I going to change my life today? I really took the advice of this people ahead of me, right? I found people who had more recovery time than I did. And I really played follow the leader, as simple as that. Like, I stopped having this I can't attitude. And instead I would be like, how can I? How can I do this? I want a better life for myself. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be any of that. I want to really enjoy my life. If I'm going to get sober, I said to myself, I want to love what I'm doing every day. I want to surround myself with wonderful people. I want to help people. I want to show people that you can kind of rise up out of those ashes, kind of rise up out of that pain, that suffering. Because I really believe that sometimes you can't see the light at the tunnel until you can.